You are now listening to the Vitalize podcast. Hey yo, what up, family? Ooh, welcome back to the Vitalize podcast. You're here with your friendly neighborhood host, Mr. Marcus Black, and I'm so incredibly excited, elated, ecstatic to see you in the building. So I hope you're doing so incredibly well today. Hope you're doing great. And listen. Oh me, oh my. If you here for the very first time, welcome. Ain't no such thing as a second time guest in this community. You are family. But do I have a treat for you today? Are you in for a treat, man? Let me tell y'all something. There's sometimes in life that you just come across people that you know are different. There's sometimes you come across people in the world that you know are just kindred spirits, that you know the connection is just something different, something special in the connection. And that's exactly how I felt with today's guest. Those of y'all that have been rocking and listening to the Vitalize podcast for a while know in the history of this podcast, we've only had 2 guests on this show. 2! And today is my privilege to bring to you the 3rd guest that we've ever had. A brother, a dear friend. Some of y'all already know who he is. If you know who he is, if you're watching this on the replay, if you're listening to this on the recording, or if you hear live, make some noise for my brother and my friend. His name is Eddie, but you might know him better as at Creating Perspectives Online. And so what up, man? What up, Eddie?
What's up, my man? What's up? Howard, bro? It's an honor. It's an honor, bro. I can't believe this is happening, bro. It's an honor. I'm so glad to be here.
You better believe it. It's happening. And let me say this, man. Let me tell the people where we connected. So there's a thing in the world. There's an organization, incredible organization called Spread the Cheer USA. Spread the Cheer is dope. They're doing really good things in the world, and they help go do more good in communities all around the world. Well, they created a platform called the Cheer Choice Awards in order to celebrate leaders online who are using their platforms to do good. And so I was nominated for said award. Eddie was nominated for the same award, just in a bigger category. And we both came home with trophies in hand. But those trophies weren't about he or I. Those trophies were about you. Those trophies were about all of you who show up for us on a daily basis, who show love, who literally went and spread the word, who literally took time out of your schedule and you posted and you just made a difference and you help us make a difference every single day. So shout out to you. But when I was at the Cheer Choice Awards, and Mama Tot called out Eddie's name, and this boy came up there and he took the mic and he just went bananas. When I say he went bananas, he went stupid, and he told a little piece of his story. But in that moment, I could tell, man, God was doing something different with him. I could tell that he was anointed to be a blessing and a gift by taking his pain and giving it power and making a difference. And y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, give me an amen.
Sure.
And I just want to turn it over to you, bro. So I just want the people to hear from you, man. Like, what has that meant for you? Like, what has the journey? We're going to go back in a second, but for now, like, what has it meant to have the type of love and the support in the community that rocks the long way as you fulfill your purpose in this world?
Man, you got to understand. I don't come from this. I don't come from support and love like I have now. Every day, whenever my feet hit the floor, bro, I have a purpose in my life. And I have a purpose in my life because of the people in my chat that tell me that I'm on the right track every single day. They assure me that, Eddie, this is where you need to be. Keep doing this. I had no idea the impact that I was making or the people that I could potentially reach. I had no idea until Las Vegas, until I got nominated for that award, man. And things started coming to light that, man, God answered prayers. I serve a creator that still answers prayers. I don't know how else to explain it, but whenever I hit my knees and I started praying, things in my life started changing. Cheer was only the beginning to something so great that God has planned for me. But the support and love that I get in my chat every single day is the reason that I keep going. It ain't about me no more. And whenever I started doing this, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, whenever I started doing this, it was about me. It was. I started doing the TikTok thing because, man, I needed money. I was struggling. My mental health wasn't that great. So my intentions at first might not have been the purest. But because of the people in the chat, man, and because of the creator that I serve, he turned that into something so great and so big, man, that we're able to make an impact in children's hospitals now. Man, we sent coloring books to St. Jude's for Christmas time by the hundreds. You know what I mean? We sent Valentine's Day cards, Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Every child in there got a Valentine's Day card from the JYM community. These are just little things that I've been able to bring to light with my platform, man, that not only help me stay clean and continue, to be in recovery, but man, it helps other people as well find a little bit of hope and encouragement and gives them a purpose as well, man. People have found purpose within my platform, and that's the best thing I could ask for.
Ooh, snap, brother. I love the realness. Listen, guys, in this community, it's all about mask off. I know y'all know that. We take the mask off and just tell it like it is. For you to even have the courage to say, like, I came in a position of need, and look what it's been able to evolve into. Look at what the growth turned into. Look at what I've been able to build. Look at what the community has helped me lock arms together to do in the world, bro. That's so significant and it's major. So now I want to really tell the story, and I want to dig into your story because I want people to understand. You mentioned recovery and you mentioned where you are. And I know there's so many people. I've been able to meet people as a part of the JYM community. Now, listen, I have adopted myself into the JYM community. So whether y'all like it or not, I'm family now. So I just want you to know.
Right.
But being able to hear just a little bit of your testimony. So I want you to talk about it. Like, because there's a lot of people who are struggling. There's a lot of people who are in pain, and their pain and their struggle may not have been your pain and your struggle, but their pain and their struggle is real. So I want you to tell the people about your story and your rock bottom moment, where you got to, and you kind of shared a little bit at the Cheer Choice Awards and what happened on the other side of that. Floor is yours, brother.
Man, so in the winter of 1993, man, I was addicted to two addicted parents. My mother had multiple miscarriages, man, before my brother came along. So whenever she had my brother, they told her, man, you probably shouldn't have no more kids. I came along 9 months later, and then 9.5 months later, she passed away. That left us, my brother and I, both to my father. And my father struggled with alcoholism and addiction himself. And I grew up in a trailer that was a party. It was just the environment in which I grew up in. So I was under the impression that whenever I get old, I'm supposed to drink and do drugs because that's what everyone around me is doing. I ran away at 12 years old because of my father, and that led me to a life of foster care and group homes, different families that I stayed with. Shout out to them, great people that I stayed with along the way. Shout out to the Presbyterian Home for Children that took me in as a teenager and taught me how to wash my clothes, taught me how to cook food, taught me how to survive. Shout out to the group home in Black Mountain. Super grateful for that, man, that God kept me alive and gave me a purpose along the way during my teenage years. Needless to say, man, I found love in pain medicine, and that's as real as I can give it to you. I never felt love growing up in my life, but man, whenever I came across pain medicine, that's where I first felt love. It took years for me to realize that love wasn't real. I gave my life to this substance, to the point, bro, where I had a daughter at 19 years old and I had a son at 20, 11 months apart to the day, but I couldn't stop. It wasn't a lack of love for my children. It was a lack of love for myself. It wasn't a lack of faith. Trust me, I believe in God. I know that Jesus is my Savior. I know that. That's the thing that I know. But my faith wasn't enough to keep me clean. It wasn't enough to keep me away from the substance. By the grace of God, by the grace of God, I came home from prison, man, after going down a dark road of addiction and doing things I'm not proud of. I was committing crimes to support my habit. Well, whenever the police finally caught up to me, man, it felt like the world had been lifted off my shoulders. Like, man, thank goodness it's over. I got home from prison for committing the crimes that I committed in addiction. I came home from prison in June 12th of 2019. I had no recovery structure coming home from prison. I had no way to combat that substance. I was working at IHOP and someone came up to me and said, hey, do you know anybody that does my DOC, my drug of choice? I didn't have no defense. So I do. You know what I'm saying? Pick this dude, you know what I'm saying? And Man, that led me on my last run, and that last run I had 2 overdoses. My second baby mama, she found me on my bed. I had overdosed talking to my children on FaceTime, and those were the same 2 children that I actually had lost due to my addiction. I was FaceTiming them, and I went out. Luckily, she found me and got an ambulance there, and I was revived. A couple months after that one, man, I had my third child. I had my third child while I was in active addiction, and I was getting high in the hospital, bro. In the hospital, my second baby mama is going into labor, and I'm outside running around doing what I got to do to get my substance. I was able to put the substance down long enough to get into the room to have my daughter be born, and I'll remember that forever. But 27 days after that little girl was brought into the world, I overdosed for the 8th time, and I went into cardiac arrest for the 5th. Oh, that time, bro, I felt like I was dying. It wasn't any of the other times didn't teach me anything. This one, it felt like I was dying. Whenever I got released from the hospital, I stepped out of my vehicle and I hit my knees in my front yard. With my daughter in the back seat, I hit my knees in the front yard and I cried harder than I've ever cried in my life. And I said, God, if you don't do something, I'm coming home. I'm on my way. And this little girl right here isn't going to have a father. Her brother and sister are already being raised by a stepdad. And that's something that I beat myself up over. So thank God he heard me. That's why, let me go ahead. I'm not going to make it a sob story. Thank God that he heard me. Let me go ahead and say that, because there was one detox facility within an hour of my home. This one detox facility, Marcus, had one bed open. If I can make it the hour, they were going to let me in the building. By the grace of God, I showed up in Shelby at the Shelby Crisis Unit, and that bed was still open. I got dropped off at that crisis unit, and I spent a week in detox where I met a man who said, Eddie, have you ever heard of Rebound? Never heard of Rebound. It's a men's treatment facility in Charlotte, North Carolina, right next to Bank of America Stadium. Gym donated by the Panthers. I'm talking top of the line treatment facility for free. I said, no, sir, I've never heard of Rebound, but I'm going to call them. And I stepped into the counselor's office. I called them. And, bro, let me tell you, whenever they called me back, I did my phone interview with the nurse up there at the treatment facility. And she said, Mr. Norton, we'll see you Friday morning whenever you get out of detox.
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
That same treatment facility, that same detox facility took me to treatment. They took me to treatment. I was able to meet my daughter out in the parking lot, give her a kiss bye, and I went to inpatient for 4 months, where I put my life on the line. And I started fighting every day. And I had homeboys with me. I met people at Rebound, such as people on my platform now, like my homeboy Dallas. He's with me every day whenever I go live now. He was in treatment with me, going blow for blow with life. I graduated Rebound December of 2020. And I came home and downloaded TikTok. Man, I was under the impression that it was a kid's dancing app, bro. That's what I don't dance. I can do a little Kodak shimmy. That's about it. And man, I ran across a man named Brian, B Magic, on TikTok. His name's B Magic. Him and his wife do a lot for the recovery community. He was the first one I saw on TikTok, man, doing anything about recovery, anything about addiction. And that's whenever I looked at him and I said, man, why not me? I had one tooth in the front, bro. I had one tooth in the front, all my teeth broken off at the gum line due to active addiction and poor choices. All my teeth broken at the gum line. I had one tooth in the front, and I started making videos with my mouth closed. I wouldn't open my mouth because I couldn't. I was embarrassed. So I kept my mouth closed, and I stepped back and I pointed. I would point at something inspirational. Hey, I hope you have a great day. God loves you. Hey, I hope you know somebody cares today. Something like that. I would point at something inspirational without opening my mouth. Add Casting Crowns, Katy Perry, something, with a vibe to it. I went viral a couple times, man, and God put people in my life that have changed the way that I operate, man. They've changed the way that I look at the world. They've changed the way that I look at people. They've changed the way that I look at myself. And now, by the grace of God, not only am I able to be a father today, bro, I'm able to give back to the community that gives so much to me on a daily basis. I got dentures, Marcus, because of TikTok, bro. I can smile today because of TikTok. I'm a father today because of TikTok. I'm a great creator today because of TikTok. And my faith is stronger than it's ever been because of TikTok. I can't speak for anybody else in their platform, but I can speak for mine. And my platform saved my life. And it continues to save my life every day, regardless of the hate. I've been called a scammer. I've been called a con artist. I've been called every name in the book from people who don't know me. But the people that do know me are the ones that show love and keep me going, because the love far exceeds the hate. I get so much more love than I get hate, bro, and that's the reason I continue to do it. I will continue to put my butt in this chair. I will continue to shout about the treatment facility that saved me. I will shout about the harm reduction that needs to be done in our country so that we can bring the overdose number down. I'm going to keep using my platform to be loud. I'm going to be so loud, I'm even obnoxious at times, because I'm tired of burying my homeboys. I got a homeboy named Don, whose mom will never see him again. I got a homeboy named Jamal, who's 6 feet in the ground and got 3 kids that don't have a daddy no more. So I have to conduct myself in a manner in which is respectful to my homeboys that don't have the chance to recover like me. I refuse to continue moving about my life like the opioid epidemic isn't real. I refuse to keep driving down the street seeing people taco folded, slumped over while people are recording thinking it's funny. Ain't nothing funny about recording somebody struggling with mental health. So I will continue to use my platform to be obnoxious, to be loud, to let people know that there's a way out from active addiction. There's a way out if you struggle with your mental health, and the way out is community. Simple. With a loving community, with an understanding community, with an open mind community, you can beat addiction. You can get through your mental health, and you can find people that care. Community is the opposite of addiction. Community is the opposite of the mental health struggle and the opioid epidemic that we have going on in our country. Community is what's going to help us see the way out. Thank you.
Wow, man. Wow, man. Listen, if y'all listening to this live, do me a favor and just put some hearts in the chat. Put some hearts in the chat. If you're listening to this on the replay, I know you felt literally, bro. I could feel every bit of emotion. I could feel every ounce of emotion. I could feel literally the pain at your lowest moment, but I can see the way you've been able to create the perspective and to learn to see the beauty in life. And so to the 4 of y'all that's listening to this and saying, man, I'm in that place he was in, and your struggle may not have been his struggle, and my struggle may not be your struggle, and his struggle ain't her struggle. We don't all have the same struggle. But one thing you can be sure about in this life is that we all have a struggle. You have a struggle. And if you've been listening and you've been allowing that struggle to control your life, you've been allowing that struggle to take life from you, the first thing I want you to understand is that you're not alone. You're not alone. Don't believe the lie that you are going to be alone. Don't believe the lie that you got to suffer in silence. Don't believe the lie that to struggle means you're weak. Don't believe the lie that when you going through that you will never be enough, that you will never overcome. Don't believe the lie that this mountain is insurmountable, because the mountain is not insurmountable. You can overcome the mountain. Yes, you can. Not only can you, you will. But Eddie just gave you the key. And that key is community. It's community. Listen to me. My brother said he believed in God. He believed in his Lord and Savior. He believed in Jesus. Like when he said all of that, he literally was there and he talked about, man, listen, I knew God was there. And I knew, it's all good. I should have sent you mine. Okay. I wanted you to know. I want you to know that when he said that, knowing that you've been in this place, knowing that you've been struggling has never stopped. Knowing God has never stopped a person from making a bad choice. Believing in God has never stopped a person from making a bad choice. But you know what has given us the strength to fight another day? It's community. It's the people who lock arms with me every day. It's the people who believe in me. It's the people who support me. It's the people who rock with me. That's the people. That's the people. So, you want me to just pause for a second? Okay, cool. Huh? Okay. All right. Boom. Copy. Bada bing. Bada boom. All right. Here we go. All right. I'm going to say something to these people, but we can cut it out on the recording. It's all good. Hey, we back. Okay, so sorry about that, man. That's the one thing I didn't check before. But listen, recording. There we go. We picking right back up where we left off. There we go. Let me know when we live. Oh, well, there you go. So listen, I know y'all heard me. Forgive me for listen, technology don't want this message to get across today, but technology don't get the win. We gonna get this message and we gonna get this power and this passion and this positivity and this hope because you can. Straight like that. So listen to me. Y'all said it. I saw the chat jumping. It is the people. It's the people. Whenever you find yourself in a struggle, a spiritual struggle, and you know who God is, that don't stop you from making a bad choice, and it never has. I know right from wrong, but that don't stop me from choosing wrong because my flesh is real and my desires of my body, that stuff is real. But you know what can stop you? You know what can hold you accountable? You know what can lead to healing? You know what can lead to hope? It's you and you and you and Eddie and all of us locking arms with each other to say we got each other back, to say we're holding each other down. And that's how we overcome perspectives. And I love what you've been able to do, bro. The power of your story had me in tears on multiple occasions. Listening to you share vulnerably. Listening to you share real. Y'all been a part of the Vitalize tribe for a while. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know we always keep it real. That's why I brought my brother, because I know he was going to keep it real. I know he was going to share with you from that place of pain in a real, raw way so you can see like, gosh, man, I've been struggling. I've been feeling like throwing in the towel. I don't know which way is up. It feels like a proverbial dark cloud raining over my life, and I'm tired. I'm tired. And if you're listening and you find yourself tired, I pray that you find hope in this message. I pray that you find healing in this message. I pray that you find love and life in this message, because my man's went from on his knees feeling like his life was over, to now an award-winning motivator that's leading people all over the country to healing and hope and recovery. Do you hear me? So what is it that you were meant to do in the world? How are you meant to shift your paradigm to create the perspective that makes a difference in somebody else's life? Do you hear me? It's on you now. We're challenging you. So, bro, thank you for sharing the testimony. But now, as we get to this place, and you have built some habits now. You built some things that you do every single day to protect yourself. You built some things that you put into place to help you find success. And I want to help people find success today. What is it that you've been able to do to help yourself not only continue to fight, but to be winning the fight?
Step one, make your bed. Make your bed whenever you get up in the morning. If you start the day by making your bed, you start your day with a win. You start your day with productivity. And even if you don't do nothing that day, you got a clean bed you can climb back into. But make your bed. That's step one. That's what I do. Every morning, try to make my bed. Make sure that is part of my morning routine. And then, man, what I do with my platform is the structure of my platform is everything, man. I speak positive over my life, and I do it on a daily basis. I got 3 different decks of cards right here, bro. I got affirmation cards. I got agreement cards. I got stress less cards. I got tools because I need tools in my life. The biggest thing that I've been able to learn in my life is the difference between weapons and tools. And thank God that I put down weapons and started using tools, because the weapons that were formed against me, God never said that they wouldn't be formed.
Ooh.
Sure enough, and I found out that those weapons, sure enough, were formed. But as far as prospering, he did say that they would not. And that's what I hold my hat on today. I have to continue doing what I'm doing that got me here, bro. And that's affirmations. That's positive stuff with positive people. Because if I surround myself with the negative, I will indulge in the negative. If I surround myself with people that are being mean, being ugly, I'm going to end up being mean and being ugly. And I don't want that. I learned a long time ago that if I sit in the barbershop long enough, your boy will get a haircut. And that's true to this day. I don't surround myself with negative people. I don't surround myself with people who are using and doing what I used to do, because that will lead me to doing what I used to do. And God has blessed me substantially. He has blessed me too much. We have taken this thing too far. We cannot turn back now. I'm trying to tell you, I cannot burn all this to the ground and go back to who I was. That's not an option today, bro. It's not an option. But in order to do that, I got to have the courage to put my butt in this chair every day. I got to have the courage to hop on a podcast and speak with my brother to give hope to other people. I got to have the courage to make my bed, to put my feet on the floor, to continue to do something different. Because it's easy to go back to doing drugs, bro. It's easy to go back to living in the negative. This is hard. This is something that I'm not used to.
Hey, you doing
this
it.
Is new. This is new to me.
You're doing it,
but
brother.
Every day's a fight, and we continue to do it. The best thing that I've learned the past 2 years being on TikTok is if you want to walk on water, you got to get out of the boat. So thank God I was able to step out of the boat and start walking on water.
So let's deal with this, bro, because I wish I had an air horn. I'll hear it. So listen, peep this. I love what you said, and if you want to walk on the water, you have to have the courage to get out of the boat. But let me ask you a question, because there's a lot of people who are watching this live. There's a lot of people who are going to be catching the replay, listening to this on the podcast, and they want to get out of the boat, but fear has got them trapped. Fear has got them stuck, and they say, but what if I step out of the boat and I sink? What if I step out of the boat and people don't like what I have to share? What if, and they playing this negative game in their own mind. How do you have and find the courage to step out of the boat and share vulnerably? Share real without fear of the trolls coming and calling you scammer and calling you all this stuff. What encouragement would you give to the one person who's here that's saying, I know it's my time, God is speaking to my heart, but that fear has got me paralyzed and not able to step out of the boat?
Ooh. I've learned that opportunity comes knocking for all of us. At some point in life, opportunity will come knocking. If God put something on your heart, it's there for a reason. If you believe that you can be a social media influencer, that's because God put that on your heart to be a social media influencer. If you believe that you have a voice that can move mountains, it's because God gave you that voice that can move mountains. And let me tell you something about fear. That's my favorite word. That's my favorite word because I tell my platform at least once a day that God places the greatest things in life on the other side of fear. So if you're scared, that's because God's got a blessing for you on the other end of that. If you're scared to make content, that's because that's what you're supposed to be doing. If you're looking at people like Marcus and I, and you know that you got a voice that can move mountains, and you're sitting in here listening to us, that's because you're supposed to be doing what we're doing. God didn't give you that for no reason. God didn't give you a dream for no reason. God gave you that dream because that is your dream to chase. The greatest things in life are on the other side of fear. So if I'm scared, I need that. God's got, oh, I need that. I know God's about to have me eating. I know that. Yeah, if I'm scared, I'm right where I need to be.
That's
Yeah.
that's so good, man. That's so good. So a couple of things I want to get to, and I appreciate your time already. That was so powerful about overcoming fear, man. Listen, just do it afraid. I always tell people, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is defined as showing up in spite of fear.
In
So
spite
you
of it.
just gonna do it afraid. That's what we saying. And then the journey will reveal everything you need to know on the way. I read in a very good book, it said, by his divine power, he's already given you everything that you need for the life pertain. Listen, you already got it. All you have is all you need. So stop making excuses about what you don't have. Ooh, snap. Oh, okay. So calm down. Now y'all know how we do, man. We turn it up, we turn it up, we turn it up. But here's another question, bro. So
Yes, sir.
every morning when I open my eyes, when I get up, I say my prayers, I stir around, and I get through my little routine, and I open TikTok app, and then I see my man Eddie sitting in the chair. And I see my man Eddie speaking life. I see my man speaking positivity. I see my man just speaking and helping and healing and providing hope, dealing hope. We're going to be the biggest hope dealers on the planet. How about that? And when you do that, people don't realize, or maybe they do realize, but you still have a family. You still have things you're working through. Still have growth, and it's not always easy to show up. Now, the love in the community makes it a little easier, but it's still not easy. Because you pouring out, man, that's work. It's draining. It's taxing, but it's also rewarding because it's saving lives. So to the person who like starts, but they stop. They don't follow through. They start and they stop. How do you keep showing up every single day, pouring your heart and soul out? How can a person build that type of consistency?
Ooh, that consistency comes through others. I will be the first to tell you that I haven't done this by myself. I have not. Whenever I started going live, I had a group of people that I set as moderators that wanted to protect me and protect my chat. And to this day, I have the most notorious mods on all of TikTok Live because we don't tolerate disrespect. We don't tolerate none of that nonsense on my live. Whenever you come in, it's about healing. It's about love. It's about gratitude. It's about community. Uh, so shout out to my mods and the best people that I could ever assign to help protect me and my platform. I haven't done this alone, bro. I haven't done this alone. And day after day, they protect me, they protect themselves, and they protect my chat so that I can continue to do what I do. Because, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I started this, I would see comments and I would pop off. I didn't have, I didn't have that kind of calmness about me. Somebody would call me a junkie, and I'd pop off back. Like, hold on now, wait, I used to be, uh, but I have people that protect me today, and I am so grateful for my mods and the way that they protect me and my chat, man. If you're thinking about making content, get you a group of people that want to see you succeed. If you want to be a live creator, make sure you have mods. Make sure you have mods and make sure they know what their role is and that it's very clear so that you can be protected.
Woo, wisdom, man. Y'all getting a whole masterclass today. And I learned that very quickly, bro. All I want to do is sling hope and positivity. And there came some people coming in, detracting. And so I set up a little team real quick, and they've been, listen, exactly what you're saying. And they've been protecting the energy. They've been protecting the space and the positivity. And There's nothing greater than community, bro. That's what you saying. Bro, I'm reading some comments in the chat, bro. They're saying, like, man, you got them in tears. Best mods in the game, Big Strong, JYM. They are literally tears because you're giving life and you're showing love. So listen, guys, I'm doing this right now. To the Vitalize tribe, welcome. We one big family now. The JYM community is now, we adopted them. They adopted us. We all one
That's
big
right.
family of hope and love and life. Make sure know that you're gonna be seeing more of these faces together. Big things coming in the future. But listen, we just want to encourage you. You heard the story. You heard pain, right? Why did I have him share the story in this place of pain? Because pain is universal, and we do the world a disservice by acting like we don't all go through it. So what happens is people scroll through social media and all they see is the highlight reels. All they see is winning, 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 winning. But what they don't see is the losses that you had to take and the lumps you had to take to get to your winning season. So when they don't see the losses, they start to be like, well, I'm losing. So something must be wrong with me. Something, I must be off. I can't get it right. I'm failing again and again. So maybe I shouldn't even be here. That is a lie from the devil himself. You are meant to be here. You're going to get it right. You're going to get it together. Don't give up on yourself, because if you woke up in time and not out of time, God ain't give up on you. And so we share from a very real place so that you know how much you matter, so that you know that you're seen, so that you know that you're special. And it's your gift that somebody's waiting on to unlock the mental prison they've been living in. It's on you, straight like that. So one of the last things I really just want to talk about, bro, is just your heart, man. You've been so kind. You've been kind to me. You've been so gracious to me. You showed love from day one. First time I popped in your chat, you showed love. I went live, bro. I had 5 people. I don't care. I do it for the live and the love and not for the likes. But of those 5, half of them came from the JYM community, and they said Eddie sent me. And then now it's a lot more than 5 when I go live. But it's still half of them from the JYM community. So you've been a big proponent of giving love, of showing love, of kindness. We making kindness go viral. Why is that important to you, man? Speak to your heart and what kindness means to you and perpetuating that in the community.
Man, I learned a long time ago that my heart is much bigger than my body. Listen, man, I'm one of those people who the national anthem before a football game, I'm crying. I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? I've always had a bigger heart than my body, man. And whenever I downloaded TikTok and people started, help me got my teeth fixed, wanted to gift my family and help us and stuff like that, man, I knew that I had to give back to these people in some way. I am not one that can just receive, bro. I give. That's what I do. That's what makes me happy. That's why I wasn't a good junkie, because I gave away all my stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I've been so honored, man, that God has put good, kind, real people along my path, man, who show up for me time and time again. The love from my TikTok page and the love in my chat is something that I wish the world could experience. I wish the world could see the way that these people come together and make stuff happen for children's hospitals, the way that they come together and make stuff happen for each other, the way that they come together and help each other pay bills, take care of each other's families. I have seen some of the most beautiful stuff in my TikTok chat that you wouldn't believe unless you was in the live. And that's why I continue to go live every day, and we continue to welcome in anybody and everybody that wants to be part of the team, man. Come on in here. The more the merrier. We need you, because the more people that we have within the community, the more lives that we can save, the bigger an impact we can make, the more smiles that we can give people. One of the things I would love to do with my platform one day is help people smile, because since I was able to get dentures, it's changed my life forever, and I know the impact that can make, especially for those in recovery. So one day my goal is to set aside money to help people so that they can smile again. That's one of my goals, man, because smiling will change the world, man. And I believe we all deserve to smile.
Changing the world one smile at a time. I love it, man.
Right.
This has brought my heart and soul joy. I can't wait for the world to hear this. Listen, man, Vitalize Podcast been around for a few years. You're only the third guest. We got listeners in 56 countries around the globe. So listen, JYM is going international. They all gonna know about you. So since that's the case, I want you to speak to the people right quick. And first, I want you to tell them where they can find you. So I know if you want to talk about the retreat, let them know they can join the squad live. Let them know where they can find you on socials. Let them know how to support the boy.
Hey, man, every morning, every single morning at 7:30 a.m., you can find us on TikTok live, creating period perspectives. My main page is creating _ perspectives, but we go live on creating period perspective. You can find me on IG under the same name. This summer, we have put together a camping retreat, man. We're all going camping in East Tennessee. We're going to do team building exercises. We're going to play games. We're going to do morning meetings around the campfire. All kinds of good stuff. Bring the babies, bring the dogs, whatever you want to bring. We're going to have a good time. But you can find me on TikTok at 7:30 every morning and 7:30 in the evening as well. I start my day with my team. I end my day with my team. That's how we do, bro. Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute honor, bro. An absolute honor. It's the first podcast that I've been a part of. And, man, it's an honor, and I can't wait to see what we can do going forward.
We're going to do it, man. We're going to do it. So this is what I got. We about to do this tag team real quick. So I'm going to give it to you to just say whatever's on your heart, and then you tag me, tap me in, and I'll close us out, and then we'll see y'all next time. So it's on you, and then you pass it to me.
Hey, listen, if you're struggling with addiction, if you're struggling with mental health, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a way out, and the way out is community. Reach out if you're struggling. Go to the clinic. Get you a doctor. Tell them that you're struggling. Get put on medication. There's no shame in medicated assisted treatment. I'm telling you now, you have a purpose in this life. You have a purpose. God has a plan for you. My name's Eddie. I'm the shit. And so are you.
And so are you. And you heard it from the man himself. So listen, that's it. Time out for you playing small. Time out for you doubting yourself. Don't let the clouds in this world make you feel less than yourself, less than your best, like you don't got nothing to offer. You were literally created by the Creator to be creative and to go create and do something great in the world. So now let this be the charge to your heart and your soul. Let us build you up. Let us pour into you. Let us give you passion, love, and life so that you can go build the life that you love to live, so that you can go create the perspective and you can get out here and do a whole lot of good in the world because you can. Vitalize. We out. Love y'all.
I love you.
You are now listening to the Vitalize Podcast.